welcome to the Andrea and Stacy show.
I'm Andrea.
I'm Stacy.
I'm not that excited, but it's all good. I'll get there.
I don't know why I am, to be honest.
High energy, low energy.
Yeah, I had to go into work today for a little bit, and so, I had to get my mind right early this morning, and then I rolled in at about, I don't even know, 10:30, something like that, and took care of a couple things, and they have the shop looking so good. Like, they have panels. When you buy a panel in fabric, it has an image on it of some sort. So they took the baby panel quilts that they had made and hung them on the wall, and then hung panels next to them. So everything's got a soft edge to it in a weird way. And then, you know where the register is there's a door there that most people don't notice on the inside, but on the outside they try to open it to go down the stairs. But they moved all of that stuff and opened that door. The door to the hall is open, and the door that we normally go in. So there's 3 ways in, 3 ways out.
Good.
So
has a good flow to it.
Yes. We can't leave it that way because the register's right there at the door. But over the next few weeks, it's going to be great to allow people to come in, especially with this big sale going this week. And then we can fill it out. If we posted someone at the register during the shop hop, then it would be okay.
And you have the state-of-the-art security
system.
Thing going.
Yeah. Yes, we do. I don't know how. I know there's got to be at least 12 cameras. It's insane.
Probably takes that many with all that weird angles.
Yeah, it's a 5-story building, so just to get one on every floor is a feat. Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. I'm happy for them. The world's waking back up.
It is.
Today we're going to go eat some Nana pudding.
Yes, I'm so excited.
At Mears. I'm going to, just so we don't drive there and then get heartbroken. Even though they said they're open, I thought when we get done, I'll call and make sure they're open. And then if they say yes, then we'll head straight there.
Okay, yeah. And then when we're done with that, we're going to go to the Parallel Forest, and we'll explain more about that later, after we've been there, and talk about it next week, I guess.
Yeah, and, it wasn't too long ago we went on an adventure, and we got this Arctic cold air blast, and today, yesterday hit 90, it kind of worked its way up there, but it was, still breezy in the evening.
Nice, though.
Yeah. And then tomorrow, I think high is around 78.
Yes, I was going to say 75.
But today, where we're going, it's going to be 102.
Yeah.
During the time frame we're going to be there is the hottest,
yes,
whatever.
Yeah. So it was 30, 27 the last time we went out, and just a couple weeks ago, and now it's going to be 102.
Yes, chances, storms, and hail, all that's there. So we thought, this is our day. This is our day to go.
Woo! And we are really good.
Bug spray and sunscreen. You got your boots. That's all you grabbed your boots.
Yeah.
I might grab mine. I don't know. I might just tennis shoe
It's a good thing since I forgot to put my regular shoes on and I'm wearing Nike slides. That would be rough in the forest.
That'd be awkward. And I've seen nothing but snakes everywhere.
Yes.
So.
In fact, I told the ladies that we were going, and one of them's, I don't know, family something, came across copperheads.
Yeah.
So
I think it's maybe it's the mating time.
Well, it's time for them to come out and be in the sun and enjoy life as they do.
Last time we were at the forest, the grass was, what would you say, 6, 8 feet tall?
Yeah.
The cows and buffalo were no, won't be grazing that this year.
Yeah.
And left
They must have had them closed off or something from it.
But
I whistled.
Last time we circled and kept hearing that rattlesnake.
Yes.
And we had no idea where it was.
And we never found
We never found it. We didn't know where we were.
No.
So there was that too.
If I remember, I'm going to track us on my watch again, because we were looking for one area in the Parallel Forest that I will say, I've seen pictures because I looked it up on the internet.
It's like old
it looks like where a coven would gather under the moon, right? It's like rocks.
See, there's rocks out there, which we'll have to talk about, granite rocks and quartz rocks and stuff one of these times when we get brave. But there's stone out there, and so, of course, what people would do, you use what you have, and someone laid out a very nice altar.
Campsite. It's a table.
It would be it's in the round. Should we say that?
Yeah.
Places to sit, and then in the center is where you would have your bonfire and stuff. So sinister is probably not, but it's a little bit suspicious.
And even more suspicious is We walked around for almost 2 hours, I think, that day.
Circling it.
And finally, after a lot of walking, I put my step thing on just to see. I was curious
where we went.
Let's say that the map was a square. It's not. And we left the path several times. We went on paths we hadn't been on. Literally just like...
teardrop. Like...
yeah, just did this. Never quite made it over here. We crossed the creek in a couple different places.
And we weren't letting the trees stop us because we were just like plowing straight through.
That was the time I got slapped in the face with that branch
that had all the ticks
and
on
I got covered in seed ticks.
What ticks do is they climb up when they hatch. They climb up to the end of a swaying branch about animal height, and then they wait for something to pass by, and then they all just like bail.
Well, I had thousands. Yeah.
But the good thing is we did have tick spray on, I remember.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Yeah, but they still, I mean, it was in my hair. No.
Yeah, they'll climb all over you, but
I found more on me after I got home, but they weren't attached.
That's usually when I find them. Like, I will search diligently.
Yeah.
Through all the places.
I was
and
more
then
worried
I lay
about
down
my
at
hair.
night, and then you feel like...
Yes. It's so terrifying.
Yeah. And then you're sure there's 50 more, like, lurking, but... We've survived, but we might not survive the murder hornets.
No, we might not.
Yeah.
Those things are massive. And
so
apparently
like thumb big. I would say that's a fair estimate. I looked at all kinds of like descriptions, and then like the actual, the best videos I saw, they're about thumb big, maybe even a man's thumb, the round.
Yeah.
But a normal wasp would be like, my smaller, thinner than like my pinky. So like that's a big difference.
Like 2 stings can kill you. 1 sting if you have issues.
If you have, it's a neurotoxin, so just like anything else, you don't have to go into anaphylactic shock, which is the allergic reaction. But if your body is sensitive to that neurotoxin, it can immediately start organ problems, like organ failure. And then that's hard to pull out from if they're not aware and don't do that right away. But so there's a death rate associated with them, about 40 a year.
Ooh. And
they're from India. They're called the Asian hornet. Some people call them the Japanese hornet. They're really popular and kind of revered in Japan. They're really proud of their hornets. They have a hornet museum with live hornets. Then there's this guy that builds frames, like in the shape of like when they had the Olympics, the Olympic torch, guy. And he trained his own personal Asian hornets, murder hornets, to make their hive around that frame. Yeah. Then he sucked them all out, killed them, ate them, and then they put a torch in the thing and put it on display at when the Olympics were in Japan that year.
What are you doing this weekend? Eating hornet larvae.
Yeah.
And the full adults, fried, battered. Like you can eat them like a grasshopper, I guess.
They're crunching those things.
Protein. I wonder what the protein content is. If it's like a high protein or if it's just
all protein is what it said.
Oh, okay.
That's why people started eating them, because it's just pure protein. Probably limited strains of protein, so not like eating beef where you'd get complete protein, but
better than nothing.
It's all protein, yeah. So they're popping up in Washington. Everything's going to wash up on the shore of Washington this year, apparently. Who knew?
Well, I'm going to go to Texas tomorrow.
Yay!
And see Sharon, William, Bella, and Alyssa.
Nice.
And I'm going to spend the night and then come back Wednesday. And then Friday, Saturday, I was going to go just Turner and I go on a road trip to Austin, which is like 5.5 hours from here. And while I was looking at booking the Airbnb, Jeff tells me that they had 1,000 new cases in the last 4 days. And so he's never told me I can't go somewhere or shouldn't go somewhere. But if he drops me facts like that randomly, I know he doesn't want me to go.
Because he doesn't want you to leave ill-informed.
Yes. So I've decided to push that I'll stay. Yeah. I'm pushing it back just because I'll come back.
We talked about out of precaution.
Yes. And when I go to work with the older, I would hate to carry something back, or or even worse, be accused of carrying something back by someone.
That's what I was thinking, because, you know, no matter, like, if you got it a month after or whatever everyone was saying, because you went on that road trip that one.
Yeah.
Our cases in Oklahoma have skyrocketed, but it's because they're really bumping up testing efforts, and they're encouraging people, even if they don't have any signs or symptoms, to go ahead if they're available to get tested, because they're just trying to map it out and see how, you know, stealth it is spreading, and then so they can get more accurate numbers. So it turns out like our cases have skyrocketed since they ramped up testing this last week, but we've had no new deaths since Saturday. So
wow,
they're starting to report recoveries too, so it's starting to balance out.
I figured that's probably the scenario in Austin. But seeing I'm having to glean news and not there.
But it is a port city, and I always think that's different. Yeah. You know, any coastal region.
Answer me this. I saw a headline. Okay, we opened up May 1st. Most places open up May 1st. That was Friday. I saw a headline where it said Georgia has had, I think it was Georgia, has had thousands of new cases since they've opened up. Yeah. The way the headline was written was implying that all of these cases had happened since the first, but there's at least a 14-day incubation period. They didn't mention in the article that they were testing any more people, because I thought it was like a clickbait thing, and they're just going to say, oh, we've tested whatever. So what the heck is wrong with people?
It's just sensationalism, and I'm damn tired of it. And I think most people are getting damn tired of it.
I even commented on that one. My question was, so is the incubation process gone from 14 days to 4 now?
Yeah.
Because
48 hours.
Was
as soon as they open those beaches, people were just dropping dead.
And you know, that's just like here. They closed our county, but you could go to the next county over, go to the movies, go to the bar, get your hair cut, whatever. Same thing on the beaches. One county will lock it down, and it's right there. Yeah. And then what happens with private beaches? It's stupid. I've had my fill.
Here's the thing. I don't like coronavirus. I hate that people suffered from it. I hate that they died. I hate that it's an unknown disease that, you know, maybe the medical community wasn't prepared for. I understand with every new, you know, outbreak, there's a learning curve. I think we've all been really blessed in this. No, haven't personally lost someone. I know people that have, and that's never easy, regardless of the circumstance. But everyone I know has readily accepted that it's out there, it's going to stay out there, and there's always a risk.
Yeah, it's always going to, it's like the flu. It's always going to be there.
And the more they learn about it, and they will, you know, the more it's like polio. You know, they used to make children with polio avoid each other. If a child had polio, those parents wouldn't let their kids play with that parents because they thought it was a communicable type disease. Well, it turns out, you know, it's really a contaminant in the soil. So they were exposed to it all that time. And didn't know. But because of the ignorance that prevailed, you know, a lot of needless suffering took place. AIDS, it was brutal. Yeah. You know, poor Africa with the Ebola outbreaks. And I mean, it's brutal, but we cannot persecute humanity because this disease does exist. We can't blame one country or the other because it does exist. It's called humanity, and we are a very frail balance, and we're also very, very foolish as a species. I think we've proved that time and time again.
Yes.
So just like when people, you know, during the bubonic plague, it wasn't that the disease was necessarily vicious. It was the conditions that they were living in, the overcrowding, the lack of sanitation, the poor water system. And so maybe we should really start questioning and looking at our infrastructure, which I always thought it was funny, you know, when Trump got elected the first time, he was like, America really needs to work on its infrastructure. You know, it's not up to par. And I thought, well, we do have roads that, you know, are bad, but I think it's more than that. I think there's updates we could do with city and county water systems, hospital policies, different things like that, that could actually mainstream healthcare, because we have a debacle of a healthcare system, you know, and it's shameful. So things really do need to be put into place. So.
And then on the surface of that, it should be mandatory that states have tornado sirens to forewarn them.
Yep.
I don't know exactly how I feel about this, but I feel like everyone should have access to internet, not necessarily free, That's not what I mean.
No, but it should be available.
There are huge swaths of Oklahoma. Shoot, on Friday night at 9 o'clock, I can't get internet.
They can get on a spaceship. They can get in the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah,
that's true.
What I'm saying. So that there's ways to... See, this just hurts my head so bad. I want people to be able to educate themselves via the internet, but I also know the internet is completely controlled, and everything we see, we're allowed to see. So I have a problem with it. But when there's putting out new laws and new rules in your area, that is the way to do it, is to put it on the internet in whatever form. Yeah. I don't know.
But
first time to wear my watch in
the
like
internet
45
being
days.
Good or evil, that's a personal decision.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it is.
It's a moral compass issue.
I'm not talking about 5G
either. It depends on whose hand it is in. Yeah, you know. But if someone lives out in the country, they should be able to, if necessary, order things online, or if necessary, access their online informations and accounts and different things like that. And through smartphones, I guess it's been made possible. But if we ever had to go to online education again, that shouldn't be an issue. Like, there should be tools available in this country for everybody.
Yeah, I'm concerned that this won't be they won't be able to get everyone to lock down a second time for Corona within the next few weeks for sure. But
government can't keep printing money, and people cannot survive like this.
But in the future, and I don't know if I mean 10, 20, 30 years, there could be another one, and people need to remember and be prepared. Yeah. And I don't mean bunker in the ground kind of thing. I just mean basic. Apparently, toilet paper be the number one thing.
Around this country, people ain't going to share, man.
They're not.
Talk up. Well, anyways, that not liking away a lot of stuff is unfolding. I guess we knew it wouldn't come without a lot of pushback and talking smack, basically, from one side or the other. But thank God we're on the rocky path instead of just, locked at the starting gate.
Yes.
Because, that was getting pretty intense.
I think people are starting to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel now, for sure.
Yeah. And we are going to go see the light at the end of the woods.
In the bottom of the pudding bowl.
Don't you like the light there, though?
Yes.
And you always talk about the sprinkler light.
And the
it's like light rain.
The paths glisten like there's diamonds or gold on it.
It's probably energized crushed quartz or granite.
I bet if you lay on it, you'd be healed. No, I'm just kidding. You might levitate.
I have a song I'm going to force you to listen to on the way.
Okay.
I like the concept. I don't think it's done as well as it could have been. Like Willie Nelson, some of his friends, I think, gosh, I don't want to get this wrong because I'll be brutalized on the internet. Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard, a couple others were the Highwaymen.
Yes.
Remember they had that little traveling group together?
Are you talking about the girl one?
The Highwoman?
Yeah, I've heard it.
The Crowded Table, but their version of that song and stuff.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I halfway like it.
I like it.
It could have been written better. I love the concept.
Yeah.
I hate the lyrical structure. They really stretched some things there.
Yeah,
it could have been done better.
I agree that it could have been done better, but I like it.
Yeah.
It's in one of my playlists.
Yeah.
Comes up every once in a while.
We're not taking Sophia. She'll stay here and wait patiently, but
I'm just taking
Where's my
boots.
phone? I'll call right now.
You got it?
I'll call right now and see if that's okay. Come see us. Do you think that's their number? The 580-429? Okay, 429. You remember 429 and I'll remember 8051.
Okay.
429?
429.
8051.
Yep. Pudding. Please be open.
Hi, is your dining room open?
Till 5 o'clock.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Pudding.
They're only open till 5.
We gotta go.
We won't make it.
We won't make it in an hour? It's 4 o'clock.
from yours. If we take the interstate and get there about 5:30, I'm gonna call them back because
see if they have pudding.
Hey, I was just gonna let you know you might want to update your website. It says you're open till 7.
Well, it's just for today because we had a busy weekend.
Well, don't be rude about it.
Staff a break.
You don't have to be rude about it. I was just actually trying to be helpful.
I know. I was just letting you know it's just for today at 5 o'clock.
All right. Bye.
Now we can't go get pudding because we'll get there in 20 minutes and Andrea will introduce herself as the person that called and she'll want to talk to the person that answered the phone. And I'll be like, wait, can I get some pudding first? Because I want to sit and watch this show.
God, people. Check your attitudes.
Really? I mean...
Anyway. Well, we'll try.
Yeah, we'll
see how
try.
It goes. All right. We're just like...
Bye!